after those 10 days off?
Yeah, I can't believe the final weekend's here already. Like it felt like a blink of an eye, and I guess it's a good thing. It means you're having fun with the guys. And the guys are having fun, and credit to them for what they've done to this point so far. And the last 10 days have been good. We got a little bit of time off. Guys taking time off just to get healthy, get their mind rested too as well. And then focus on school. Right now we're in the kind of that final break, so. They were able to do that, and then practice is good, getting in and out, a couple hours here, getting in the weight room again. Again, kind of building back that strength and staying healthy for this final push over the next few weeks.
It's been a full year since the end of last season, which was kind of the same situation going against Gonzaga. Really needed to win, trying to get that final push into the tournament. You guys made that a big priority during the off season. How does it feel that you're kind of in the same opportunity again and getting to play Gonzaga at home for same reward as was on the table last year?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you never know how it's going to be drawn up, and then to play them again last like we did last year, like you said. And I think there's always takeaways, things you can always learn from last year, learn from this year. Obviously, we have different guys this year. But that foundation, the Paul Kuntz of the world, Thomas Lovano, Shane McGuire, Adam Lopez, Grady Miller, those guys, kind of laying that foundation from last year that carry over to this year, that confidence and that belief that this group has is just to stay with us, and I know it's redundant. I feel like it's every time we talk about it, but being in the moment, the magnitude of a moment, and staying focused on individually what we can control, and then as a group what we can control too. And if we do that, then hey, I like our chances and putting ourselves in the best position possible to win.
There's a lot of things out of your control this weekend. Obviously, 2 games behind Gonzaga, you're tied with Portland, trying to battle for the last 2 spots on top of trying to win a regular season championship. How do you keep the message going to control what you can control to a bunch of 18 to 22-year-olds that haven't necessarily been part of that before?
Well, I think what's good about it is the message hasn't changed since day one. Right, and I think that is something that they're not going to be like, well, I've never heard that before. What do you mean, and it's consistency across the board, and it's one pitch at a time, one inning at a time, pitching it, throwing strikes, securing the baseball, playing catch, and then, doing what we do on the offensive end, and that's quality at bats, grinding out at bats, being tough, discipline in the strike zone. So focusing on that and reminding them of that, and that's all we can do. And I think the good part is it's the same consistent message.
From your perspective, longtime player, longtime assistant coach, now head coach, being in this situation where you got other factors going in for this final push, how do you stay focused on just the ins and outs of the game and being that leader for these young men?
Remember where you come from, number one. Loving what you do, number two. And the love I have for the players, right? So, like, enjoying the moment. Really trying to, just like, hey, this is awesome. We get to play baseball. We get to compete. We get to represent the University of San Diego and this awesome institution and baseball program and the history that it's, had here, with Coach Hill and Coach Cunningham. So all those things kind of come into mind, and we get to do this. So that's, I think, the most important thing, and that'll be on my mind a lot.
High-stress games, high-stress situations, good teams get excited for those. What's been the excitement level for you guys the last 10 days building up to this series?
Just wanting to play. Like I think I've said it before, getting out there, and our guys love to play. They love to compete, no matter who it is. And that's the feeling I got like today. It's like there's just a lot of, rah-rah, not in a bad way. I don't mean that in a negative way, but a lot of like talk and a lot of like excitement and a lot of like, we just need to play somebody type of energy, something that you kind of feel on like a football field almost, because they haven't played anybody in a week or so. So I think that's the positive moving forward, and they're ready to roll.
You got a really good arm going against your really good arm tomorrow night. You got Brycen Mautz going against Hughes of Gonzaga. Before we talk about Mautz, what do you want to, or what do you have noticed out of Hughes, and what makes him such a good pitcher and a tough challenge for a really good offense?
Yeah, he runs it up. He run up to 97. They got a bunch of good arms, and I think that's something that they've always done well, and that's something from on the opposition side for for us, like on the recruiting side, it's like, hey, you got to live and die by pitching. You can never have enough pitching, and they've done a heck of a job with that. They did a great job with that last year too when we played them. We didn't get to face Hughes last year, but just after looking at him, I mean, he's going to be a top draft pick. Big body, running up to 97, got a good slider. So, again, if we can control what we can control in the batter's box, own our approach and play discipline, that'll give us the best chance to be successful off him.
Brycen Mautz, your main guy going into the weekend, obviously being a Friday night starter, and a lot of expectations around him going into the season. How do you think he has handled the season with a lot of attention on him and the way that he's been able to kind of the front page, of the West Coast for pitchers?
Yeah, talking about Brycen Mautz, I couldn't be more proud of how he's handled that. And we talk about it in our program a lot, all of us coaches and players, and we talk about, hey, what happens to you is about, how you deal with it, right? 90% of the time of how you handle that situation, whether it's good or bad, right? So really what happens to you is only like 10% of the outcome. And, I think he's done an exceptional job of showing his composure. Competing. He's been through some adverse times, and he's competed to get through them. And something that he's kind of overcome from years past, right? So, it's pretty neat to see where he's at this time in the year, going all the way back to the first opening weekend against Oregon. And he's been pretty consistent all the way through.
This might be the last home series for a couple of your guys because of the way baseball is, and from you as a former player, what kind of advice would you give some players that might be making their last couple games here at Fowler Park as you did at Tony Gwynn Stadium down the road?
Yeah, it gives you the chills, because you start thinking about the Caleb Ricketts, the Cody Jeffries, the Jack Dolaks, the Jake Reeds, Cam Vasquez, Max John Goldberg, guys that have been, in the program for 4 years, and then, to get to honor them tomorrow for a graduation day, a senior day, a 4-year day, kind of slash all the above. It's the magnitude of a moment, and really enjoying the moment, and the pride that those guys have to be a Torero is real. It's genuine. It's authentic. And the pride as a coach for all of those guys is real and genuine, authentic. And it's going to be emotional, but a lot of positive and a lot of proudful moments, I would say, as a coach over the years, and just to be in the moment and enjoy every step of the way this weekend.
There's one thing that you're most excited for this weekend in playing Gonzaga, whether it be a matchup of something they're good at compared to what you're good at, and what's something that you're looking forward to this weekend in terms of a challenge that maybe some of the fans should be looking forward to this weekend?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to watching my guys play. I'm looking forward to watching them compete because the belief I have in them, and I know their excitement, and they just want to get back and get the uniform back on and go out there and compete against whoever they're playing, the game, right? That's what we talk about. We're playing the game. So I'm super excited just to watch them and have the time of their life out on that field.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
How's the team after 10 days off?
It was really good to have a little off time with the season. Things really compound on you, so it was nice to have some time off, really focus on the weight room, getting strong again, going into the last series, and getting some recovery. And we kind of saw that with people's velos jumping back up.
Pitchers are very meticulous about their schedules and everything. Were you able to stay on kind of the same track that you have been during the season, or did you mix up anything in terms of your routine during those off days?
I tried to keep it the same. We had a pretty good schedule where we were on the same throwing plan and throwing on the same days, so it was good to keep that, but to also put a little more emphasis on recovery this week.
Mostly Saturday starts for you this year. You get to start on Friday night. Obviously, it's a doubleheader on Saturday. How does it feel to get the Friday night nod in the last week of the season, and what are you looking forward to the most tomorrow?
Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm looking forward to having like a really high pressure situation again, kind of like the first series of the year where it's all lights and lots of fans, and it'll be fun to have that and to throw against a really good Gonzaga team.
Throwing against a really good pitcher in Hughes tomorrow as well, and you've already experienced that a couple of times this year, dealing with another guy. We talked about that before, but for you, how much do you have to try to focus on yourself and try not to worry about the other elements when you're out there pitching?
Yeah, just focusing on myself, staying with our team. I've already kind of dealt with it once against LMU where that dude went out there and he no-hit us for 7 innings, and it's kind of hard to stick with yourself. But I think that was a really good experience to prepare me to go against such a good pitcher like Hughes and keep the focus inward.
How do you prepare for starts, not only physically but mentally when you get ready, and what's your, we haven't been able to talk about this before, but kind of your daily, what's your routine going to be like tomorrow?
Yeah, so I got a final tomorrow morning, which is a little throws me off the schedule a little bit, but yeah, I usually breakfast in the morning, and then I'll try and hang out, keep my mind off the game a little bit because I always got so much time, and I just make sure my body's feeling right for the day, and then I roll in here about 2.5 hours before and getting ready to go, get the body loose and get my mind. Yep. I usually on the car ride over, I listen to some house music, get the heartbeat get going a little bit, and then usually rap going into. Yep.
So you go with the high tempo or the calming stuff.
Yeah.
Getting into the start.
Yep.
As you get ready in the bullpen, how do you go throughout your warm up process?
Yeah, I just try and I keep it the same every time. I throw each pitch to where I feel comfortable with it, and then I finish with a batter to get my mind in a competitive mode and finish strong, so that way when I roll out there in the first inning, it's like I've already been out there.
From last year, we was just talking with Coach Ungricht about it, and the fact that it's kind of the same situation as last year. Last weekend of the season, playing Gonzaga, obviously a little bit better of a situation this year than last year, but got to win as much as you can to try to get that final push. That was the message during the off season. How cool is it to kind of get a reset and try to do it again after the long off season you guys had last year?
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, ideally we didn't want to be in the situation after the one game issue last year, but I think it'll be the best for us and getting us hot at the right time and forcing us to really step it up, and like we gotta show up this weekend, and I think we will.
What are you most excited for in terms of the rest of the team going into this weekend and knowing your guys and being close with your teammates, by the way they're going to attack Gonzaga?
I'm excited for the atmosphere. I think we haven't had this level of pressure in a while. It kind of started last weekend where we knew we had to go in and take all 3, but I think it'll be really good to have that good loose energy we have, but with the pressure up, we always rise to the occasion.
Obviously, there's a lot of uncertainties, and we were just talking with Coach Ungricht about guys, 4-year guys, seniors graduating, maybe draft guys too. Maybe one of your last times pitching at Fowler Park. Tell us about your experience of being here at USD and what you loved about it the most, and what's it going to be like, pitching here probably one more time.
Yeah, I've loved being here. I've kind of talking to Flo yesterday. Actually, we've kind of like looked back on how much I've grown since coming here, as like coming on as a walk-on, and just how much I've matured mentally through the game, like as well as physically. But I think the best part's just all the relationships developed along the way. Like everybody says, the relationships is what sticks with you, and I think you can kind of lose sight of that when you get caught up in like the seasons and standings and you gotta do this and that. But as we are getting down to the end here, it's a good reminder that the relationships are what's going to carry on, and you're going to have brothers for the rest of your life, even though we got 11 dudes leaving this year with graduation and stuff. But yeah, it'll be great to see them finish out their time here and stick with them for the rest of it.
What are you going to miss the most about being a Torero?
Probably just the brotherhood, the team, walking the clubhouse every day, seeing the people sitting on the couch, seeing the people playing ping pong, just all the little interactions, little things that can kind of go unnoticed on a day-to-day basis, but it's just the best part of showing up every day here.
Brycen, good luck on your final tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting how it kind of played out into kind of a similar situation this season. We're pretty confident going in. We were able to take the series last year. They're a good opponent, so definitely respect them and looking to come out and win a series.
No matter what happens this weekend, you guys have put yourself in a position to play meaningful games right here at the end of the season. you look back, obviously a lot of the journey left to go, but what is what you guys have accomplished so far mean to you guys to be in this spot, to have that chance?
Yeah, totally. We've been able to play a lot of good non-conference opponents this year, come out on top. A lot of good high-intensity games, good experience so far. A lot of good wins on the road. I think that'll help us down the stretch here. We're excited to have a chance at the conference tournament and see how that goes.
The offense, you guys top offense in the West Coast Conference right now. You're leading all those major categories. You being a big part of that, what is it that makes this offense tick, and what allows you guys to have so much success at the plate?
Yeah, the thing that I think makes us tick is just the trust in one another, knowing that if one of us comes up in a RBI situation and we don't get it done, we have trust in the guy right behind us to get it done himself, and that just keeps going down 1 through 9. So it's kind of allowed us to take the pressure off of each guy and go out there.
Probably few people know this pitching staff as good as you do with all the innings you've caught. We'll start with Brycen. How would you describe him, and what's he been like to just see develop this year?
Yeah, it's been really cool to watch him. Being a year older than him, I've been here with him for 3 years now, and he's developed into a really good pitcher. I've been really proud of him this year as far as him becoming a really good competitor, being able to go deep into games for us with his stuff and how hard he throws. It's been really huge for us, so I'm very proud of him.
Ryan Kaiser, a younger guy who's really kind of hitting his stride at the right time. What have you seen from him, especially in this last little month where he's kind of taken off and hit that high note?
Yeah, totally. He's one of those guys that is just he's really polished for how young he is. He's able to throw multiple pitches for strikes at any given time, and he's also another guy that's been really good at competing and getting us deep into games, so we don't have to get to the bullpen too quick. So it's been really good for us.
Too many guys in the pen to go one by one, but as a whole, that group is also trending in the right direction at the right time. What have you seen out of the bullpen as a catcher?
Yeah, so we've had a lot of good guys step up this year. It's been huge for us having Ian Churchill coming over, transferring in this year. He's been really big out of the bullpen. He started out the year as a starter, but he's kind of found his stride in the pen and helped us a lot. Another guy, James Sasha, has been a huge addition this year. His kind of fastball slider combo coming in, pounding strikes, being able to be kind of that bridge guy, eat up some innings. Ryan Robinson's been doing his thing as he did last year, so it's been a really good group of guys.
Finishing the regular season at home here at Fowler Park, what is it that makes this place special, and what allows you guys to have the type of success that you have here?
Yeah, it's been really cool seeing all the support this year. It's been really good seeing all the people come out a little bit more so than in years past. We've been able to feed off that energy, and it's been really fun playing at home.
Senior night, well, I'll call it the graduation celebration. What do you guys want people to know about this group of guys that we're honoring tomorrow?
Just kind of how much work we've put into the program. There's a good amount of us that have been here for 4 years now, and it's been really cool kind of going through all the transitions we've been through and getting back to the top of the conference has been a fun journey.
Anything else you think people should know about this team for this weekend?
Just come out and support. It'll be a good time. It's a fun group of guys to watch.
All right, thank you, Caleb.
Cool. Thank you.